James Kaufman will news report today. AG Todd Blanche says arrests for treason coming any day for 2016 and 2020 election tampering. In the two clips we're about to see, AG Todd Blanche says that numerous arrests are about to be made after a long investigation into the 2016 and 2020 elections. We'll believe it when we see it, right? These are must-see clips. He claims that his office has 100% proof that people in government colluded to fix the 2016 and 2020 elections and committed treason when doing so. We can already name the names. We've been hearing about this so long, and pray it really happens, but I'll have to see them in orange jail suits behind bars to believe it personally. Let's listen to what he has to say in these two clips.
We're finding out some incredibly troubling things, and at some point at the right time, that will be made public, and the American people will see exactly what happened to this administration and President Trump over the past decade.
Well, I mean, the country was ripped apart. We all know that. Half of the country said he colluded with Russia. The other half said, no, it didn't. I mean, it ripped the country apart. But you say when the time is right. When is the time right? When should we expect these charges of conspiracy?
Well, I mean, look, as has been publicly reported, the Southern District of Florida has an open criminal investigation. That involves hundreds of subpoenas. It involves hundreds of witnesses. And so as far as timing and when we can expect it, we are working hard and we are working efficiently, but we are going to do it right. We are not going to rush something that isn't ready. We're not going to reach a conclusion before our investigation is over. But I assure you, and I assure the American people, that we are completely focused on it.
Okay, well, I don't know what is not ready. I mean, we've been watching this play out for a long time, and viewers and people watching are frustrated because it just keeps happening. Weaponization keeps happening because it's not corrected the time before.
Now, we knew the 2016 election was rigged via the Steele dossier, Obama, Brendan Clapper, Comey, HRC, etc. But we all also knew the 2020 election was rigged, probably via the voting machines themselves, because no one voted for Brandon. Let's see what they have to say.
She just said that we're going to find out that President Trump actually did win certain states in the 2020 election. Now, the president says all the time that the election was rigged. What have you done about that? Do you have any evidence that the election was rigged? What can you tell us?
Well, there's a ton of evidence that the election was rigged. That's not something the DOJ needs to tell you about. There's been evidence about that for many, many years. What I can tell you is that we have multiple investigations going on in Arizona, in Georgia, in Fulton County, Georgia, and that's exactly what we're looking at. By the way, this is very difficult because they're very good. They're very good at hiding up misconduct and hiding what they're doing. And so that's why we're very focused on finding out whether the right people voted, whether people who were supposed to vote voted, whether there was one vote cast per voter. And that's what we're doing in multiple states. And I expect, and again, people, you'll say to me, how long is it taking? Why is it taking so long? And the reality, the answer to that is because it takes a lot of work to uncover what happened in 2020. It takes a lot of good old-fashioned law enforcement police work, which is what we're doing, and we have great prosecutors working on it as well. And I expect that, and I assure the American people that as soon as we have something to say for it, whether it's charges, whether it's a report, whether it's the results of an investigation, the American people will learn about what we've uncovered.
Yeah, so in other words, what you're...
It better be fast and it better be jail time. The American public has known what's going on for 8 to 10 years now. If you guys can't put it on paper and get it done, you need to be headed to jail, period. Now, we all know who was involved, and, well, they need to be held accountable immediately. Y'all let me know what you guys think in the comments below, please, and give us a thumbs up. God bless. Pray that someone has to pay for the 8 years of hell that we had to go through. Again, folks, give us a thumbs up and remember that anything's possible in Bizarro World. God bless.